Manchester United against Chelsea on Sunday. In the madness of what this week has been, with Erik ten Hag being sacked on the Monday, Ruben Amorim deal being agreed on the Friday, we play Leicester on the Wednesday with Ruud in his charge. It's been hectic. This is a big game on Sunday. All right, and if we win, I know our season's been crap so far. We'll be 3 points behind Chelsea, with Ruben Amorim set to start on the 11th of November. Ruud has the ambition to stay at the club. Will he? Well, maybe these 3 games will go some way towards convincing Ruben Amorim that Ruud should be kept. I'm going to run through my starting 11, my prediction, and also the conversations about certain individuals I want to have ahead of the game. Let me know what you think in the comments, and please do drop a like on the video. It's been a busy week, but it is an exciting time coming up for United. There's naysayers that say you're not allowed to be excited. I've already explained my point of view on all of that. I don't really want to speak about that anymore. Amorim will be watching on. His team won last night, 5-1, 10 wins from 10. Pretty impressive start to the season. Now, Ruud's United against Leicester, great goal scoring. This was the starting 11. 1-5-2, brilliant. Only one goal from an attacker, though, in Garnacho. All the goals were from midfield. Defensively, there were problems. Problems down the left-hand side with Lisandro Martinez. Problems through the middle. 2 goals that we conceded. A little floppy punch-out from Bayindir. And then it was just unlucky, really, with the second goal. But defensively, there were poor goals to concede. Now, I think there will be changes. And if I was to say my concerns, if that starting 11 went into the Chelsea game, I'd be concerned about Martinez down there. I don't want to see Lindelof start a Premier League game for United, so that much is obvious. But I think I want to focus around... Ruud clearly got the players playing, all right? You're going to get the new manager bounce, all right? And there will be a new manager bounce against Chelsea, but it's not against a Leicester with 9 changes. It's against a Chelsea team which is slowly building under Maresca, and he's actually been quite impressive this season. And the first person I want to speak about is Lisandro Martinez. As I said, I don't particularly like him at left-back. I know that when we signed him, it was like a conversation that could happen. I don't think it should. And I think we should be seeing this, right? You should be seeing Martinez moved back into his left centre-back position and Mazraoui coming out to that left-hand side. For me, that feels quite easy and obvious, as long as everyone's fit and capable. Now, Malacia may well be involved in this matchday squad. All right, he's been involved in first-team training now for about 2 to 3 weeks. Full first-team training. He might be fit for the bench. Harry Mass was fit for the bench. Didn't make his debut against Leicester. Maybe Erik ten Hag. Jeez, amount of times I've been saying that over these last few years. Ruud van Nistelrooy, Manchester United's interim manager, didn't give him his debut. If Malacia is fit, I don't see him starting, but it might be an option. And that left-hand side is definitely going to be the biggest issue. It's where Cole Palmer's going to play. They're going to have their threat down that right-hand side, and they'll probably try and expose that side if United were to keep Martinez there. So that's exactly why I don't think he should. Now, in terms of midfield, there's no change that needs to be made. It's just a hope, as a United fan, that it just continues. Because Ugarte was the centre of all of it, which might be a strange thing to say considering Casemiro got 2 and Bruno got 2. But they had the freedom to go forward because they had defensive solidity behind them. And that's where Ugarte came in and did the simple stuff properly. I said at the start of the season, and I maintain it, Casemiro's highlights for United this season won't really be about his defensive output. It'll be about him going forward. He is a threat going forward. However, if you leave all the space in behind, then we're going to get exposed on a transition. That's where Ugarte has to have a big game against Chelsea. Now, I don't imagine Casemiro is going to get forward anywhere near as much. Otherwise, we will get run through in midfield. So he's going to have to be a bit more disciplined. But for me, that midfield stays exactly the same. Casemiro and Ugarte, there's no way I would be changing that. And there's no way I'm going to be moving Bruno Fernandes either. Again, with a little bit more security behind him, Bruno had some freedom going forward. And again, it's because we played a Leicester team with 9 changes. It'll be more difficult against Chelsea. Well aware of that. But when United play well, Bruno plays well. Those 2 things are pretty linked, I think, anyway. I wouldn't change any of that midfield. All 3 of them should be kept. Now, there will be changes up front, okay? Joshua Zirkzee, not through a lack of trying. He just looks, I told you, like heavy. He looks like it's not really about the pace of the Premier League because we played against a Leicester team that had 9 changes, but he just seems like he's carrying too much timber. I'm not calling him fat. But, you know, when I compared it to when Lukaku came back from the World Cup with too much muscle on and his agility would just... He's just moving too slow. He's not sharp enough in the turns, and everything seems difficult with Xerxes. That's why Van Nistelrooy kept him on for so long to say, look, let me try and get you a goal and get that confidence up. I don't think that's going to come against Chelsea, not from the starting 11. So for me, Xerxes goes to the bench and Hojlund comes in, and I think that's a pretty straightforward change, all right? We need more goal threat from our attackers. 1 out of the 5 against Leicester was scored by an attacker. Hojlund should be starting this game. Garnacho will be starting this game. Out of all the attackers we've got right now, he's probably going to be the first name on the starting 11 for most. He's been a constant threat. Has his output been perfect? No, far from it. Can he look up and get his head up sometimes? Yes, he absolutely still can. And that probably needs to be taught. Van Nistelrooy should be somebody who actually can do that. But Garnacho's been a constant threat. Now, in this game, I would actually go for Ahmad on that right-hand side. And I would switch out Marcus Rashford. Because I don't think that just going for the rapid counters, that's Garnacho, I don't think just going for those rapid counters is the right choice. I want the ability to play a little bit more technical. And that's where I think he differentiates himself as an attacker from Garnacho, from Anthony, from Rashford, from anybody else, is the technical ability of Ahmad and to take the ball on his foot and just drift through a player. Shift past a player. And that gives us a little bit more attacking variety. Because I just want nothing more than Ruud to win all of his games convincingly and just to enjoy himself. And that's what happened against Leicester. The players enjoyed themselves. The fans enjoyed themselves. Everyone went home happy. And it was a perfect game against the Leicester team with 9 changes. Chelsea will not be that. They're going to be hard. Like Madueke, Cole Palmer, you've got the midfield there, Caicedo going up against Ugarte, Enzo Fernandez, whether he's in the starting 11 or not. Maresca has done a good job there at Chelsea. They are a threat. My prediction here, I think the guarantee prediction is that both teams are going to score. Be surprised if there's clean sheets in this game. My match prediction, I'm going to go for a 3-2 United. I think it's going to be entertaining. And I hope it's not chaotic in the same way that I used to call Eric Ten Hag games chaotic. That was where you just left a big hole in the middle and you go, oh, yeah, okay, great. That's been exposed again. I don't think that's the case. However, defensively, United needed to be better than they were against Leicester. That's why I'm making the change of Martinez back in his left centre-back position and Mazraoui out on the left. And I'm bringing Hojlund in up front for Xerxes and Ahmad in for Rashford. 4 changes from me. And I'm going for a 3-2 win. What's your prediction? Let me know in the comments. But if Ruud wants to stay on, and he does, right? Whatever capacity he wants to stay on, beating Chelsea might go some way towards convincing Amorim that you do have credentials that he wants as part of his coaching staff, which he's going to be bringing in from Sporting, but maybe there could be a place for Ruud. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. It's going to be a big game, though.